evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Silver Bowl. I'm Bob Ellis along with Warren Altimore, bringing you tonight's Eastern Conference Championship game from the Silver Bowl in Mount Carmel. It's going to be a good one. The Wilkes-Barre GAR Grenadiers against the Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes. Both teams about equal, Warren. Wilkes-Barre had a rough time early in the season. They had a lot of people missing. Actually picked to be district champs up there, and now they're in the Eastern Conference.
Well, yeah, you look at the beginning of the season, they lost 3 games in a row. They won a game, then they lost another game. That was it. They won the rest of them. And I think the major problem they had there was the Graffenried, of course. The tailback was out for those 3 games, and also the quarterback. They had trouble bringing the quarterback, Januski, online for those games, and the early season injuries really played a big part in making a mess out of their season.
As you can see, as the captains meet at the center of the field has been cleared of all the snow that we had, but it has left a little bit of muck in the middle of the Silver Bowl. Although better than you anticipated, Warren.
Yeah, I mean, it's as good as you can expect it to be. I mean, a plow was on this field 2 days ago. I mean, you had 6-7 inches of snow sitting on wet snow sitting on it. It had gone an entire season of high school and midget football being played. This wasn't in the greatest shape to start off with. So, yeah, you look at the field now and you have to say it's probably in as good a condition as it can be in. Now, you know, you're playing an Eastern Conference 2A championship game tonight. And 3 days later, a district playoff game has been announced, will be played on this field. So I think I'd worry more about poor Southern Columbia area and this field than I would about us, because it's going to be a little bit more chewed up. Now, they're rolling it, I understand. They rolled it before this game, and they'll roll it again.
Before the Friday night contest. You're watching this Wednesday night, so Friday night, come down, see Southern Area Tigers here play Susquehanna.
No, they're playing Columbia.
Columbia.
The Columbia Crimson Tide.
Sorry, I thought it was Susquehanna.
Columbia Crimson Tide.
Oh, okay.
I was over talking to Phil.
Thank you.
He knows all.
I had that one wrong.
Phil opened his magical book, and he told me everything.
This is the 22nd playoff game for a Red Tornado team. That's a pretty neat thing to know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, their record in there is 12 wins and 9 losses right now. So
That's
we
not
have a good record in championship playoff games. That it includes, like, I think, I don't have this totally right, but 6 Eastern Conference championship games, 15 Eastern Conference games included in that, and then I think 7 district and state games. So it's something broken down like that, but good for the Red Tornadoes to have this game, and in particular probably good for some of these guys that are coming up, the juniors, sophomores, and freshmen, to get a feel of a championship game.
Well, I mean, that's exactly what is right. You got 2 extra games. You got championship playoff kind of atmosphere out there. Plus, and it's important to note here, you're playing a high-quality football team. This football team was picked to do everything this year. It's only because of early season injuries. And I'll add that everybody is back. This team is at 100%. If you watched them last week, you know why they're a dangerous football team.
Kicking off for the GAR Grenadiers, number 33, Harold Jackson. And Harold is known up in the Wilkes-Barre area just as Big Harold.
Big Harold.
That's it, Big Harold.
And, of course, we had met Wilkes-Barre, Garfield, and Roosevelt one other time, I understand, which we'll get to in a minute here.
So Harold will kick off for the Grenadiers. Deep for the Red Tornadoes, 27 Dave Evans, 22 Brett Veach, and 29 Malakowski. This one's coming at Veach, takes it on about the 21-yard line, takes it around the left side, finds some running room out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. First down, Red Tornadoes from the 34-yard line.
I make reference to Garfield and Roosevelt, to our missing companion, of course, Mr. Brokenshire, not with us tonight. He's in Bosnia-Herzegovina. For those of you who don't know, he was sent in there. Of course, you know the problems with the peace thing. I thought it was going to be related to, of course, United States efforts to solve that ugly incident over there. But really, there was a baker strike, and he was called in to mediate. So he'll be in Bosnia probably over the holiday weekend.
Vic Karnatsky, number 6, the junior quarterback, sets up for the Red Tornadoes. Hands off to Veach, off the left side, finds a little running room, gain of about 2 or 3 yards behind the blocking of Costello and the line of the Red Tornadoes. Number 76, Mike Boyer, 61 at left guard, Jamie Rowland, 74, the center, John Feddock, the right guard, number 58, Ron Davis, the right tackle, number 68, Brian Lepotsky. At the ends tonight, 83, Eric Higgins or Corey Hepler, 31, and number 30, Sean Jamin. Also in there will be number 5, Jason Gunther, or 29, which is Malakowski. Karnatsky back to pass. Good blocking from the Red Tornado line. Looks downfield. Hits Jamin at the 48-yard line. Drops the ball. Incomplete pass. Third down and about 8 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes. Good blocking that time by the Red Tornado line. And if that's a sign of what's to come, they can let Vic do a little bit of throwing tonight.
No, it's an interesting matchup here. This Grenadier football team, of course, they're the Grand Army of the Republic, as I stated last week, not Garfield and Roosevelt before we get arrested here. But they match up size-wise and speed-wise almost exactly to us. You're going to see an offense, a tailback, probably the fastest guy in the game tonight, I would say.
Karnaski back to pass again. Looks on a fly to Veach, incomplete over his head. That time defended number 31, Joe Janik. So fourth down for the Red Tornadoes in a punting situation. A lot of people open on that play, though, Warren. And if Red Tornadoes are watching that, there's a lot of things can be done out of that pass play tonight.
We're passing to the sidelines there, and that's probably your best bet. The footing is probably the best. I would say about 20 yards in off each sideline.
Right.
Once you get to the middles, when you really get into the problems.
Costello in punt formation. Booms a nice one, goes by the receiver number 10 from Wilkes-Barre GAR, which is Tony Falcone, and the Grenadiers will take over first down and 10 from about the 21-yard line.
Now you'll see what's regarded up north as a high-octane, high-power offense. A lot of the option being run here. A little bit different than we've used to be seeing probably throughout the year as far as offensive strategy goes. And watch the tailback, number 20, Manuel DeGraffenried. He's the guy. He's the key to this football game, along with Januski, the quarterback.
Right.
They're the two guys that you've got to stop if you're going to win the football game.
Number 20, Manny DeGraffenried, comes from the split formation. Big Harold Jackson at the fullback spot. This is the option coming down the line with the quarterback. Makes a nice run, number 4, Alex Januski, and tackle made by number 31, Corey Hepler, but after about a 4 or 5 yard gain. And you saw that as the quarterback comes down the line, he's looking to pitch or either pick his hole, Warren.
Now, I watched these guys last week on TV a little bit, and I mean, maybe it was just because who they were playing or whatever, but it struck me that the quarterback carries the ball a lot more in this option than in most options. He doesn't pitch the ball that often.
Januski sets the Grenadiers. Big Harold Jackson up the middle. Anderson with the initial hit in there, and he held everything up so that the rest of the Red Tornadoes could get in on the tackle. Corey Hepler in there, Anderson, Chicatano, and 41, Joe Costello. That one doesn't go anywhere, and it'll be third down and 5.
And we were told the weather is getting different than it was during the day. It's chillier now with the wind starting to pick up, and also we're expecting some snow in the latter half of the game.
Not much of an accumulation coming, but it could be a nuisance snow here on the field. We got someone lined up offside, and we'll see who it is as the ref runs onto the field and checks this one out. This one's going to go against the Grenadiers, a 5-yard penalty. It'll be offsides, Grenadiers.
What does Big Harold have on his helmet? Is that one of those tinted shields, or why don't I can't look at his helmet like that?
Yep, he does.
I didn't need binoculars either. I want you to know that.
You had it without binoculars.
I just couldn't tell what it was, though. You don't see many helmets like that. There's another one out there, too, somewhere, isn't there?
Well, we picked up Big Harold's.
Yeah. I don't know how good that is at night.
Third down and 11. Januski back to pass. Looks on the fade. Big rush by Hepler. Now he just lets it fly. And incomplete as number 10 slips down on the field, Tony Falcone. So good hold by the Red Tornado defense. Fourth down for the GAR Grenadiers.
Now, their first passing effort was not pretty.
No.
I don't know how they are as a passing team.
I think the big rush from Hepler had a lot to do with that. And we have flags on the play. I think that'll be an what's it called when they?
It's called
ineligible. Too many people on the field is what it's going to be. It's
illegal participation.
Right. Actually, it's an illegal substitution, is what it is, by leaving him out there. But give it a non-sportsmanlike conduct call, but it actually came from over on the GAR sideline.
No.
No?
He called that on their coach.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
The referee that lined up over there was standing right in front.
Those
two guys were yelling at him. He called an unsportsmanlike conduct on the bench, I believe.
Okay.
Because the illegal participation call isn't that.
No,
it's a different call.
Okay.
Somebody over there said a bad thing.
Somebody was bad-mouthing. Well, this is great for the Red Tornadoes because it'll put a punt out of the end zone for GAR, number 4 in there to punt. Janoski, the quarterback, high snap. He does a nice job of getting it. This punt's going to be fielded by Malikoski on the 41-yard line. Breaks it around the right side. Finds some running room to the 29 and is No, he's still on his feet. Malikoski fumbles on the
ball.
Play,
We got it.
But recovered by the Red Tornadoes, and a great run by Dan Malikoski.
Oh, Dan the man.
Just shows you what that kid can do. What a great run.
Fumbled the ball, but only after extraordinary extra effort to get those last couple of yards, and we recovered it. But great run back by Malikoski, and he has come on so strong in the latter half of the season.
They had him dead in his tracks at the 24-yard line. He was dead in his tracks, got away from him, and got down to about the 14-yard line. First down and 10 Red Tornadoes. 9:01 left in the first quarter of this Eastern Conference Championship game. Power backfield for the Red Tornadoes with Hepler, Costello, and Veach at the tailback. To Veach off the right side, finds a little running room and a now nice hole down to about the 7-yard line. Good block that time by number 58, the right guard, Ron Davis.
Davis sprung the play that time. There was good line play along the line, but Davis was a key that time. And so far, I mean, it's early in the football game. There's still 8:35 remaining in the first quarter, but so far we seem to be controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
Second down and 6 yards to go. Veach off the left side, big block that time, touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Nobody touched Brett Veach. Great job by the left side of the Red Tornado line.
Completely sealed it off. All he had to do was get a block right at the beginning, right at the line of scrimmage, and once he had the block, there was nobody there.
Boyer, Rowland, and Feddock over there. Good job by the Red Tornadoes. In to attempt the extra point, number 31, Corey Hepler. Gretzky will hold. Joe Chicatano with the snap. It's back, it's down, great snap, kicks up, and it's good. With 8:18 remaining in the first quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 7, the GAR Grenadiers 0. The potential of this Red Tornado team this year was awesome.
Oh,
there were 3 tough games against 3 quality football teams, and we lost them, and there's nothing more you can say, but the potential was here, and they did a great job as far as they went with it, and it'd be nice to finish off this year with an Eastern Conference championship.
Well, we're well on our way right now with a 7-point lead. Again, I said we look like we're doing pretty well on the line of scrimmage. The key to the game, though, is the Graffin read, I think.
Right.
He's so quick.
He can break it
the
anytime.
line, he's gone. You know, he's such a threat from any place on the field that you're going to be on pins and needles with him until, the final gun sounds tonight.
Kicking off for the Red Tornadoes, number 42, Mike Sinkovich. And if you check, GAR sort of knows where Mike has been kicking this ball, and they have Big Harold Jackson right on the 20-yard line, about where Sinkovich's ball usually goes. He does a squib kick, going to be taken by the short man. Oh, great tackle made. Number 8 had the ball, Thea DeGraffenried, but a great tackle made by number 47, Steve Sinkovich.
Thea? He is a Thea.
Thea.
I never heard that one before.
I'm sorry, but
that's a new one.
Yep, I got it. Hey, I was ready for the Eastern Conference Championship game.
I'm impressed with a Thea, boy. Somebody threw a Thea in and you were okay on her.
First down and 10 for the Grenadiers from the 32-yard line.
We also don't know if we're saying it right either.
Close.
It could be anything,
Janoski to Big Harold. No, he's got the ball. Good fake that time, but a nice read from the cornerback over there, which is number 29, Dan Malikoski. Good job by Malikoski. Stayed in position and made a great tackle.
This is an interesting, you're in your 12th game now. You play 11 games and you see almost no option. Nobody this year ran an option well anyway. This is a team that lives and dies on an option. So you have the defense and offense now in the last game of the year. You have to have a completely different defense to try to stop these guys.
Janoski, big hits by the Red Tornadoes. Higgins in, Rowland in, Corey Hepler in, and Bill Anderson also there. Good job by the Red Tornadoes that time, and Manny DeGraffenried goes nowhere.
Once again, offensively we look pretty solid, or defensively we look pretty solid. Again, they're going to run this option 99% of the time. You're going to see some version of the option. So you got 3 different people that can handle the ball in any given play, and a lot of different directions we can go in. So the pressure on the defense will remain that way all through all 4 quarters tonight.
Janoski back to pass, slips a little, big rush from the Red Tornadoes. Hepler in on the tackle, intercepted by numbers.
I didn't see who got it.
29, Dan Malakowski.
All right, Dan.
The junior is making a statement tonight.
Well,
Great job by Malakowski.
He went up high for that baby. That was an excellent interception, and on the other side of it, it was a very poor decision to pass the ball.
Right.
He was under extreme pressure. He was backing up, and he was on one foot, and he let the ball wing, and that's what happens when you do that.
Big rush from the Red Tornado line that time. Kanaski pitches back to Veach, finds some running room, gain of about 5 yards, flagged on the play, and that's usually where there's a hold.
That's going to hurt us. That'll come back.
Holding called against the Red Tornadoes, and this one will come back. 6:13 left in the first of this Eastern Conference Championship game. The Red Tornadoes up 7-0. Little bit of snow falling right now.
Yeah, it is. They were right. It was going to come, and here it comes. Again, they don't expect a lot, but it'll just make things a little bit more miserable than they already are tonight.
Veach and Costello in the backfield. First down and 20 for the Red Tornadoes. Kanaski fakes. Back to pass. Lots of time. Looks over at Gunther. Hits him for about a 9-yard gain. Down to about the 29-yard line. Second down and 11 for the Red Tornadoes.
I'll tell you where that play was born at. On the first series when they stopped us, and you said so many people were open.
Right.
Gunther ran back to Vic when they were coming off the field and was pointing and said to him, I can beat this guy or I'm open. Whatever he said to him, either they're not covering this pass the way we're used to it or whatever. And he said, he's saying to him, throw it to me. And there you saw it. There was a big gain that time.
Evans and Jamin split far right for the Red Tornadoes. Again, a pass play, but it's a draw to Veach. Gains of about 5 yards. Tackle made by number 62 in there for the Grenadiers, Jim Costello. Another Costello on both sides of the line.
Yeah, there's a big difference. One's cast man and one's just a Costello.
5:30 left in the first quarter.
I'm sorry. One shouldn't be carrying the other one's cleats. That's the way this works. One's an all-state candidate. My man.
Third down and about 7 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes. Gunther and Evans now split to the right. Trip formation with also Veach in there. Looks to the right side at Gunther. He catches it and he's inbounds, but I think he dropped the ball. He kept 1 foot in bounds. He did a great job of staying there and keeping 1 foot in bounds.
That was a heck of a heave, too. That was a great pass that time. What he was doing was he was concentrating so much on staying in bounds, and he was right on the edge.
Hey, when the rifle lets it rip, believe me, it's there. Jamin into the ball game now for the Red Tornadoes. He brings the play in. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 8 with the ball resting on about the 25-yard line. This game has been all played in Grenadier territory. Kanaski back to pass. It's going to be a screen.
They read it.
They read it very well. They knew that one was coming. They were ready for that one.
Yeah, that was
good play made by the Grenadiers, so they'll take over. First down and 10 from the 25. That was a big defensive possession, Warren, for the Grenadiers, in that, that was the chance, the opportunity for Mount Carmel to really start going at this thing, and now it's still only 7-0.
Yeah, you're right. That was a tough play. I mean, I was hoping Vic would have seen that. They were reading it perfectly.
Even the rush didn't come. They actually even
back.
held the line up thinking maybe it would be a center screen. First down and 10 for the Grenadiers. Janoski this time tries to Jackson, and he is just put down. He is put down by number 77, Bill Anderson.
Hey, big win into the neighborhood. The neighborhood wasn't happy. Big got left out of the neighborhood. They might call him big, but he's not that big in the neighborhood.
.433 left in the first. Second down and 10 for the Grenadiers. Janoski still with the ball. Looks over in the flat. Intercepted by number 8, Gretzky. And 2 passes, now 3 passes thrown by the Grenadiers. 2 have been completed to the Red Tornadoes. Gretzky with that interception. Good job by the senior.
First of all, Janoski is not making good decisions out there. I don't want to take away from him a little bit in that he's under extreme pressure. But he's either going to make a decision to run or take the sack or whatever he decides he wants to do. That time his outlet pass was covered. Right. Higgins was just standing next to his, so he had no outlet pass. And at that point is when he should have decided either I run or I let it, take the sack.
Veach breaks it back up the middle. Good tackle made that time by number 68 on the tackle. 69, Dan Hines.
Yeah, that wasn't the 2 passes were ill-advised, both of them. Now, I said he's under extreme pressure, and if they're going to pass the ball tonight, they're going to have to do a heck of a lot better job with pass protection than they are right now because it's a sieve out there. He hasn't even set up yet, and he's already avoiding somebody, so it doesn't bode well to pass like that.
Gain of about 3 yards that time for the Red Tornadoes. This one's to Costello up the middle. That time a good job done by number 69, Hines, and also number 62, Jim Costello.
Hines in there has got the set of the shortest legs I may have seen, except for Harris. 2 of those guys together could have a competition for the shortest legs.
Third down and 8 yards to go. Third down and 7 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes. The ball on the 32-yard line. Kanaski fakes, play action, back to pass, big rush. Gets around it, looks downfield. Good job by Karnaski to read it to Evans down to the 11-yard line. First down, Red Tornadoes. Great job that time by Evans to catch the ball because he slipped. But another great job by Karnaski.
Yeah, and great line blocking.
The junior is really coming on. You can see he took his time, Warren. He wasn't hassled by the rush coming and got around, and somebody picked up the block.
Veach made a fantastic
Veach did
block.
a great job on the blitzing linebacker, number 31, Joe Janik.
Yeah, I think Janik thought he was going to run right over Veach, and he did. Veach nailed him, and that was it. And Vic was able to pop outside, and that gave him the room to throw.
First down and 10, Red Tornadoes from the 11-yard line. This one's going to Veach, but we have flags on the play. It's a dead ball foul. A legal procedure called against the Red Tornadoes, so somebody moved somewhere. I didn't really see it from my vantage point here.
These penalties are killers, though.
Yeah, when it's on first down, and this is the second one now on first down that gave us a 1st and 20 down close, and now we have a 1st and 15 down close. 2:16 left in the first quarter. Kanaski with Evans split to the right. He comes in motion. Pitch back to Veach. And Veach down to about the 8-yard line. Good block that time by number 27, Dave Evans.
And Dave apparently had to explain it to that guy, too, on the way back. Apparently that guy had asked a question of Dave, and Dave had to tell him what he was doing there.
Second down and about 8 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes. The ball on the 8-yard line. So they can get a first down, but it's real close to the goal line for a first down.
I say the heck with the first down. Let's just score and be done with it.
Kanaski with Veach and Costello. And this one should be offsides against the Grenadiers. I did not see a Red Tornado move that time.
No, that'll be the Grenadiers.
It's a dead ball foul. Offside, Grenadiers. Half the distance of the goal will move it to about the 3-yard line. Four-yard line. That was close. Only a yard off. Second down and 4. Power backfield with Hepler, Costello, and Veach. This is the Veach away from the power. Touchdown, and the Grenadiers all went to Hepler's side. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes at the 1:09 mark of the first quarter.
Yeah, the Grenadiers are hurting up front, guys. They're being demolished on the line of scrimmage. It's as simple as that. That, again, that time the formation won that one because everybody shifted. They shifted to the strong side of the formation, which was Hepler's side, and we ran the opposite direction, and Hepler played no part in it, which was a decoy of the formation. But as far as those two guys on the left would be the right defensive people for GAR, they're going to be in for a long evening, I think.
Hepler in for the extra point. It's up, and it's good. Good snap by number 66, Joe Chicatano, and a great hold by number 8, Nick Goretzky. With 1:09 left in the first quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 14, the Grenadiers 0.
Big Red looks like they're fired up and playing some football tonight. The Grenadiers are going to have to get in action soonest, or they're going to be marching home with a pretty good beating on their shoulders. Yeah, they're definitely not playing well right now. Offensively, they're showing us nothing, and that is attributable to the defense of Big Red right now.
And the bottom line is a District 2 team. This team handled Wilkes-Barre Myers last week.
Yeah, right.
Or not last week, but in that game that was on TV, that YOU game that was on TV.
Saturday game, yeah.
So the bottom line is this is a District 4 team that's going to, if this continues, put it to a District 2 team, and they don't like to see that up in Wilkes-Barre area. Onside kick, bouncing around. Red Tornadoes in, and we'll see who has it.
I don't know who got that.
Well, it went the right distance. It went 10 yards.
It's going to be GAR. Okay.
Ball recovered by the Grenadiers, but a good kick, a good smart kick because it nearly worked.
The problem with it is you give such a good field position that it doesn't work.
Right.
Best field position of the evening for the Grenadiers. I would say we're winding down the first quarter, but this might be the drive they're going to have to display something offensively, or pretty much this will be the end of the game for them, I think. They're just really not showing much on the offensive, and it's the line play that's killing them right now.
Right now, number 54, Jeff Evans, comes in at the nose guard position. They're going to come. Oh, big hit by Anderson on number 20, Manny DeGraffenried.
Well, it was Manny's time to be in the neighborhood.
Nobody blocking Mr. Anderson on that play. They just left Bill open.
The neighborhood's an ugly place to visit these days.
Second down and 9 yards to go. They'll give them a 1-yard pickup.
I think the neighborhood went from the suburbs to the inner city. It's a dangerous place to be right now.
In the I formation right now, Jackson at fullback, DeGraffenried at the tail. Janoski to Jackson, tries off the right side. Hepler that time on the tackle, going nowhere.
See, that time I thought he should have kept it.
Definitely looked that way. Jamin also down on the bottom of the pile. And that's the end of the first quarter. The score, the Red Tornadoes 14, the Wilkes-Barre GAR Grenadiers nothing. Talk a little bit, Warren, about some special guys here tonight. There's a list of them, and we'll start by their numbers. Number 5, Jason Gunther. Number 8, Nick Goretzky. Number 26, Pete Cheddar. 28, Denny Molisevich. 31, Corey Hepler. 58, Ronnie Davis. 61, Jamie Rowland. 68, Brian Lepotsky. 74, John Feddock. And 77, Bill Anderson. And they are the seniors of the Red Tornadoes.
Their final game in the red and white, the final game here at the stadium.
Neat to play your final senior game for an Eastern Conference championship on the Silver Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this has got to be special for all of them. And many of them, 4-year people again. This program is now developed into a 4-year program. You see a player come in his freshman year a lot of the time. If not his freshman, certainly his sophomore year. And you see him right on through playing in every game in every different situation. So, it's a good system. a lot of people see playing time, a lot of people get their letters, and a lot of people then the next year are ready to go. And these people here you're seeing here gave their heart all the years they've been here, and we salute them. We really do. It was great. It was a state championship with some of them, well, all of them that were here then, and a lot of other thrills throughout the 3 and 4 years they were here.
Jackson. Janoski with the pitch. This time a little running room for DeGraff and Reed, and knocked out of bounds and into the snow pile. I guess Joe Costello was the initial one that hit him. Gain of about 8 yards, though, and that showed the speed on the pitch.
Yeah, that's the first time they were able to get outside. And again, he is the most dangerous football player on the field. I mean, his raw speed makes him the most dangerous player. If he breaks away from you on the outside, he's going to score a touchdown.
Well, 4th down and 1, and the Grenadiers are going to go for this. Coach Conley has his defensive signal called.
This is the kind of play you got to be careful with, though. If he penetrates the line, he's gone.
Going to try DeGraff and Reed up the middle. 1st down, Grenadiers at about the 44-yard line, but a good job by the Red Tornadoes that time. Jeff Evans, number 54, and 66, Joe Chicatano. And Chicatano, well, what a great job at linebacker. I mean, lots of talk about Costello this year, and Joey Costello is Joey Costello. But Chicatano at the other linebacker spot, just a great job this year for the junior.
He had a
2 juniors,
year.
both
juniors,
back next year, right.
Yeah, that's the scary part if you're on the schedule next year, is both of these guys are going to come back and haunt you for another anywhere from 10 to 15 games.
Manny DeGraff and Reed, the lone back for the Grenadiers. Janoski fakes the handoff to him. Oh, read nicely by Higgins, but then Bill Anderson finishes him off for a 5-yard loss at the 49-yard line. And good job that time by Higgins to hold him up, and then time for Anderson. And boy, if the Grenadiers don't figure out a way of blocking Bill Anderson on this defense, they're in big trouble tonight.
See, the problem defensively, I think, for them to block this defense is that the ends are coming in, but the tackles are controlling the line. And once you control that corner like they are, you're taking everything away. You're taking that pitch and you're taking his movement inside. So you're not able to really run a true option as long as those 2 tackles control.
Janoski back to pass. Evans with the rush. Hits him. Tipped by Joe Costello, and almost the 3rd interception, but a great job by the freshman, number 54, Jeff Evans.
This is not going to be a highlight film for either the offensive line or Janoski tonight. And I'll tell you, they are not playing well offensively at all right now as far as passing game goes.
Jamie Rowland in at the nose position now, and Jeff Evans comes out. Jeff comes out. They keep him in there sort of like in passing situations usually, but now they're going to talk to him a little bit on the sideline, and Rowland back in. I formation for the Grenadiers. Janoski, draw play to DeGraff and Reed.
Oh, Hepler.
Corey Hepler with the tackle, helped out by Jamin, and then finished off by Costello. Good job by the Red Tornado defense that time, and what an inspired defense.
Again, the line is just overpowering the Grenadiers right now. Offensively, they are mired in as much mud as they're standing in now.
Punt formation for the Grenadiers, number 4 in there in punt formation, which is Alex Janoski. Deep for the Red Tornadoes, 27 Evans and 29 Malakowski. Red Tornadoes setting up on a return, and that was a lousy kick, so this one will be downed on about the 19-yard line. 1st down, Red Tornadoes from the 19.
That had to be disheartening for the Grenadiers in that they had such great field position. They got a 1st down finally. Looked like they were rolling, and they spent the next 3 downs going backwards. Again, their passing game, if they don't get their passing game, and an option team, any option team is not necessarily noted as a passing team. The formation doesn't lend itself well to passing. Plus, usually the quarterback isn't that great of a passer. He's a better runner. So in this case, they have 2 whammies against them. One, they're not that great of a passing team to start off, and then they're not doing anything on their own, against this defense.
Costello, the ball carrier, down the right side, and that one, good coverage, good defense that time by the Grenadiers, just to stay and work down the line and make the tackle. Gunther into the lineup for the Red Tornadoes now. 2nd down and 11. That was a loss of 1 yard. Kanaski to Veach, coming off the left side, finds a little running room, turns it on, and is tackled at about the 26-yard line. Tackle made that time by number 45 from the Grenadiers, Bob Wickheiser.
Nice run that time. He just got the corner that time. We had one guy to beat, and he would have scored a touchdown.
Every play that's working for the Red Tornadoes right now is a misdirection. Brett made the first move to the right and then brought it back to the left, Warren.
Now the right side of the defensive formation for the Grenadiers is so far the sore spot. They've been getting hit in every different way you can think of, and right now they're being overpowered on their right side.
3rd down and 3 yards to go. Flags on the play.
That's going to hurt.
And that was a let-up play, so you can't really say if it was going to go or not. The Grenadiers had left up and not really put any pressure on. It is a dead ball foul, and here comes the official to call it.
So, you know, that
illegal procedure against the Red
Tornadoes. Takes you out of a running game and into a passing situation. Now it'll be will be second. Is it 3rd or 2nd now? Which will go? Where's the sticks? 3rd.
3rd.
Okay, so it's a 3rd and
about 8.
They're saying 3
right
on the scoreboard, but
3rd
it's got to
and
be 8.
Passing situation for the Red Tornadoes. Kanaski, quick drop back, throws on the fade to Jamin. Oh, block. Nice play made by number 45, Bob Wickheiser, but the pass was there. It was a good throw by Kanaski. He had to take it off and just lay it up there for Jamin to catch. 4th down, and that'll put number 41, Joe Costello, in punt formation.
And that's where the penalty hurts you. You not only you don't get a first down, you don't advance, but now you're punting from down on your 8-yard line, and that's where the killer of it comes.
Snaps back. End over end kick. And he's nailed by number 28, Denny Mulasevich. Mulasevich does a great job of tackling number 10, Tony Falcone.
It's probably one of the 3 toughest spots on the field to move on is right there. There are 3 bad spots probably out there on this field. One is down along the 20-yard line, and the others are right here, one on either side of the 50. Again, fairly good field position for the Grenadiers. 7 minutes and 45 seconds remain in the second quarter. I'm sure they are desperately hoping to get some offense going here now.
Janoski takes the ball himself, fakes to Jackson, and then carries it off the left side and gains about 4 yards. Again on the tackle, number 77, Anderson. Janoski does a great job of faking it, though. You can't really tell whether or not he has handed the ball off. And Jackson, again, too, he bends over and makes it look like he's coming through the line. So you have to play positional football on defense here because you're not really positive who has the ball.
Well, the fullback has to make a good fake for the option to work. I mean, he's one of the guys being handed the ball off to.
Fake it up the middle to Graffenried. Looks over the middle. Hits Falcone for a first down to about the 34-yard line. First down, Grenadiers. Good job that time. A nice play action. Fake to Graffenried coming through the line and completed pass.
Their first. That's their first completed pass of the evening.
Well, he completed 2 other ones, but they were to the wrong color.
Well, if you're allowed to count them or not, I'm not sure.
6:40 left in the first half. 14-0. The Red Tornadoes in the lead. Jackson and Graffenried in the I formation. Wickweiser in motion, now goes to the right. That ball was handled by Janoski, faked to Jackson and kept the ball himself and gains about 4 yards. Again, Anderson at the bottom of the pile. Costello also helping out there. '85 is sour wine, and I said Wickweiser.
Close.
Yeah. Jackson, the ball carrier. Now Janoski keeps it. Hit by Evans, but close to it will be a first down at the 19-yard line, and that's how the option works.
That's how it goes. It's a dangerous formation. And again, now they're turning the corner. As soon as you get outside the corner, the option goes. They're now starting to control on that one side of the field.
Well, the amazing thing is, too, Warren, I had the glasses on. He actually had it in Jackson's stomach. He had it that it looked like he had handed it off, and then he pulled it back. First down and 10, Grenadiers. Janoski again off the left side. Now a little bit of blocking starting to take place on the Grenadier offensive line. Joe Costello in on the tackle, also number 83, Eric Higgins. But gain of 4 yards again.
They're probably adjusting somewhere along the line on the option offensively. And now you'll watch probably an adjustment come defensively now to change a little bit about how they're blocking the tackles is what's changing now.
Timeout called by the Grenadiers. 4:49 left in the first half. 14-0 Red Tornadoes in the lead.
I got to talk with Coach Connors before the game. I was down checking the field out with Jose, and he was saying about the tackles controlling the line and that there were several different ways that he had planned on defensing an option play tonight. So you may not always see the same defensive scheme or the same guys doing the same things. He'll be changing it around a little bit, try to keep GR off balance too. So it's kind of a cat and mouse game with the option. You know, there's a lot of ways to go on the option, and there's a lot of different ways to defense it.
If you wanted any defensive coach in Pennsylvania high school football to be calling your defense for this game against the option, it would be Charlie Conley, though.
Or me. No?
No.
No?
No.
You sure of that now?
Positive. Conley out there right now working with the Red Tornadoes. This is only the second meeting of the GAR Grenadiers, and they've been around for about as long as the Red Tornadoes have been, and the Red Tornadoes. The first meeting, October 11th, 1930, where the Grenadiers won 13-6. Janoski keeps the ball again. Big hit by Joe Costello, but after about a 6-yard gain, and right now he's doing a great fake to number 33, Big Harold Jackson, and it looks like Jackson has the ball, but he doesn't.
See, this is how they won the game last week, though. I said, there's not much of a pitch to this option. This option is a fake to the fullback, and he's cutting off tackle. He's not even looking to pitch the ball. He's not looking at the trailing back at all during the offensive series. Now you'll watch again. DeGraffenried's the guy you're supposed to be watching for the pitch, but you're not going to do it because he's not going along the line and pitching it.
This time they're going to DeGraffenried. Good read that time by number 77, Anderson. Also 41, Joe Costello. But you have to, or 83, Higgins it was. But you have to give lots of credit to that left side, and it seems to be the left side of the Grenadiers. The tight end, 85, Jason Sauerwein. The left tackle, 75, Ed Shatrauskas. And number 51, the left guard, John Davies. A lot of stuff going on the left side of the Grenadier line at this point right now. Second down and about 8 yards to go for the Grenadiers. Janoski fakes it to Jackson. Knocked out of bounds by 27, Dave Evans, and also in there 26, Pete Cheddar.
This is an interesting option. This is a version of the option. This is not what you would think is the option. You have a fake or a give to the diving fullback. That's your first option. Now you scrape along the line looking for a hole. That's your second option. If the end commits to you, your third option is to pitch the ball to the trailing back. Here, there's no pitch. You know, they're not making an effort to pitch the ball at all. They're hitting that corner. If he sees it open, he goes. That was a straight handoff to DeGraffenried.
Third down and goal to go from the 5-yard line. This one tries it up the middle. Anderson and rolling in on the tackle. Manny DeGraffenried goes nowhere, so it'll be 4th down and 5.
Now, if I were them, I'd come to my right. They've banged around the left now all the way down the field. Now might be a shot at coming right instead of left. They're definitely going to be demoralizing if they don't put the ball in the end zone after this drive. Now, this drive is the direct result of good field position. I can't believe they'll pass, not the way they've been going.
Janoski sets up. DeGraffenried, the lone back. Big rush by the Red Tornadoes. He is going to throw. Looks in the end zone. Incomplete. over the head of everybody. First down, Red Tornado.
That was not a good offensive call. That was
not really for them, because it appears as they've been going, they've been picking up 4 and 5 yards with the option. Someone down on the field there. It looked like they tried to make a play. I think it's Cheddar down for the Red Tornadoes.
That was not I would not have done that. I mean, obviously their passing game is not as sharp as you would have liked to start off with. Tonight, he's completed one pass all evening so far, and now they're on a 4th and 5 with the marbles on the line with 3 minutes in the first half, and he drops back and passes. I don't know. I wouldn't have done it myself.
And I'm not sure, as the ball sailed through the air, it was to the up receiver. Cheddar was on a receiver in the deep part of the end zone.
On the line.
And I'm not sure if he hit a hole, a wet spot, whatever. He is down, and they're working on him right now. So 3:05 left in the first half. Red Tornadoes will take over the ball on a cold night from the Silver Bowl for the Eastern Conference Championship.
Nobody, even they won't let me make calls. I wouldn't have done that.
Cheddar's up right now, and it looks like maybe he had the wind just knocked out of him.
The way they were holding him there, sometimes that's what it means.
Right now they're sort of working on his belt and just sort of helping him off. Although, no, they might have his arm. They might be holding his arm that way, Warren.
He's the cheese. He'll be fine.
Well, we'll see. They're bringing Cheddar over to the sideline right now. As I said, Red Tornadoes will take over first down and 10 from the 5-yard line. Karnaski with Joe Costello and Brett Veach as the fullback and tailback. To Veach off the right side to the 6-yard line. Gain of only 1 yard. Harold Jackson, number 33, in on the tackle.
And Cheddar definitely has an problem with his right arm.
Second down and 9 for the Red Tornadoes. 2:37 on the clock. Karnaski pitches to Veach, fumble, and looks like it's recovered on about the 3-yard line by Veach.
Poor play that time. That was not a good play. We were off timing all the way around. The ball never got to him, and he was lucky to recover it.
Grenadiers call timeout, trying to work the clock right now at 2:18. Red Tornadoes with a 3rd down and 12 yards to go. So Grenadiers will try to hold the clock here, hold the Red Tornadoes, and get the ball back with about maybe 150, 140 left on the clock.
Now the question is, will we pass? What are you calling there?
On this field, I don't know. I'm not even going to make the call.
You don't know. What kind of call was that? It's 3rd and 12, 2 minutes, 18 seconds left. You're down on your own goal line. Are you going to drop back and pass?
What do you think?
I say yes.
All right. Field holding up really well, Warren, for how bad it was out there. And if you look right now, I mean, they did a great job. They got it cleaned, and then they rolled it last night. And it's holding up real well. But why would the Silver Bowl not hold up, right?
I was a little bit miffed that, of course, they did call me. I guess you knew this, and asked me if I would come down and roll around the field. I took that as an insult, okay? I mean, maybe it wasn't meant that way, but I took it that way. Who did they finally get to come down and roll?
I don't know.
Who did roll around the field last night?
Big 3rd down play for the Red Tornado offense here. Split backs. Karnaski back to pass. Looks over the middle. Eric Higgins, nobody on him. First down, Red Tornadoes at the 20-yard line. Good call, Red Tornadoes.
And I rest my case. Yes.
Hey, great throw by Karnaski to Higgins. Good job by Higgins breaking across the middle. Nobody on him. Nobody near Eric Higgins on that play. First down, Red Tornadoes, 2:05 left on the clock.
After 12 games, finally he's starting to listen to me. Finally he's listening to my headset.
I back for the Red Tornadoes. 41, Joe Costello. Goes to Veach off the right side, and this one goes for only about a 2-yard gain.
You realize I don't have to make another call the rest of the game. It's all on your shoulders now. There's a lot of heat on you right now to make a call. And I'll decide the situation, too.
Initial hit made in there by number 62, Jim Costello.
You're not making any easy calls. I'm going to wait for a bad one, and you're going to have to call it.
1:30 on the clock. Time winding down for the Red Tornadoes here in the first half of the Eastern Conference Championship game. 14-0 Red Tornadoes in the lead. Karnaski with the split backs puts Costello in motion. Pitch back to Veach. Going to come out around the left side, and that one's going nowhere. Nice tackle made by 33 Harold Jackson. And Jackson is quick. For how big he is, he comes down the line of scrimmage very well. Timeout called this time by the Grenadiers again. So again, the Grenadiers shooting to try to get the ball back.
Well, I only hope that they're not planning on throwing the ball in the air all over the place in the last minute, because it's going to be a scary thought the way they've been passing so far. This is a team, you look at the Grenadiers and you feel badly because they're high school kids. You come into a season with so much promise. You start off in August and they say to you, you're the odds-on pick to take this baby, as far as you want to go, right? Then in the middle of practice, before the games begin, boom, the two big guys, Januski, DeGraff, and Reed, go down with injuries. You lose the first 3 games of the season. Now you find yourself scratching your way back. You lose one more game down the line to Lake Lehman, which was highly regarded as we went. They win the rest of their football games, beat a tough Meyer squad that come down here. You wonder what they think about it sometimes, what could have been, what was for those guys. These seniors can never get it back.
Nope.
It's gone for them. And it was nothing that they could have done. Just in a freak injury to 2 players, sinks a state playoff bid for them. But yet they were able to recover and come into an Eastern Conference final.
Big shift by the Red Tornadoes. Puts Hepler to the left. Handoff to Veach. Up the middle. Nice tackle made by number 84, Wayne Whitaker.
It's a first down.
That's what I'm waiting to see. Did they call it?
I'm telling you, you're going to have to start calling these hard ones.
First down, Red Tornadoes on the 33-yard line. Timeout called by the Red Tornadoes with 59 seconds left on the clock.
And I forgot to tell everybody, and I'm going to get the wiki stick. This is WKMC TV. You're listening to, ladies and gentlemen. We are an instructional fixed television service. Our microwave signal is WLX267. You are catching us on a Wednesday night. At 8. I'm all confused here with this.
You got it.
Game.
It's tomorrow night.
You catch us Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. And it's a courtesy of the Service Electric Cable Systems that you see us. We broadcast right off the campus from our own studio facilities. My main man, Tony's in back of us here. Movie star Tony, I might add. Tony Nestico, of course, the mayor of Colt Mountain, or the ersatz mayor of Colt Mountain, one or the other.
Coach Williams out now working on the last 59 seconds of the first half. An impressive first half by the Red Tornadoes.
We remind you to look forward to the paper. It'll be telling you when we're broadcasting. Of course, we will begin a full season of both boys and girls basketball, wrestling, the whole 9 yards throughout the winter months. Look forward to doing those kind of things and learning a little bit more about wrestling maybe.
From the shotgun, Karnaski over the middle, hits Gunther at about the 42-yard line. One man to beat, and he tackles him at the 34. But a great throw by Karnaski, and a flag on the play. Nope, he picked his flag up.
It just fell out of his pants.
Clock will be held until they move the chains.
Great play that time.
Chains are being moved right now, and they start the clock with 48 seconds left on the clock. Karnaski again from the shotgun. Puts Hepler far to the right. Snaps back. Looks at Hepler on the sideline. Hits him. He goes to get out of bounds and will get out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. And this will stop the clock, and flags on the play. This one's going to be called against the Red Tornadoes.
Well, if it goes against us, it had to be something he said, because he didn't do anything.
No.
He had to have said something probably as he was leaving the sideline. That's the only thing it could be. He didn't touch the guy. He didn't do anything. He got right back up. He got hit into the snow pile.
It's a dead ball foul on sportsmanlike conduct against the Red Tornadoes. No, that's what you said. That was a verbal call.
Yeah, it had to be. I mean, he had to have said something because he didn't do anything. He didn't motion. He didn't, do a thing. So and that's where the call was made, where he went out of bounds. So that's going to drive Big Red back. First, they're going to move the chains. That was a first down. Is that what they're doing?
Well, we're looking. It's a first down. It'll be a 15-yard penalty as they move the ball back.
Then they move the ball back. Right. Okay.
So it'll be a first down and 25 for the Red Tornadoes. Red Tornadoes will take over on the on the Grenadiers' 39-yard line. 27 seconds left on the clock.
I wasn't watching it. You know what? I don't see on our sideline. I don't see Cheddar on the sideline now. Did he leave? I don't see him standing anywhere down there.
Boy, I missed it too, Warren.
Yeah, he must have left. They must have taken him off.
Shotgun formation, big rush this time by the Grenadiers. Draw play to Evans. Finds some running room. Now he has lots of running room. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes.
What a pretty play that was.
Great job that time by the Red Tornadoes.
Davey Evans, he was truly amazing. Went way up in the air to catch the ball. I didn't see who made the crucial block. There was only one Grenadier there.
Right.
Somebody nailed him, took him out of the play, and Evans put the ball in the end zone.
Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. 13 seconds left on the clock as the Red Tornadoes put that one up in the first half. Chicatano takes it to Evans.
He's in.
In for the 2.
He's in.
Good job that time. Good blocking that time by the right side of I guess Boyer was there, and number 75, John Else there. Also number 7, who's this coming? 58, Gary Dunn. 56, Gary Dunn. So good job that time by the extra point team of the Red Tornadoes.
Oh boy, you know, this is, if you're GAR now, you've scouted Mount Carmel area. You had to see us 3-4 games. We've been doing this thing for 3 years, and still they didn't have enough guys lined up over there to do it.
That time, they had everybody there that was the last 2 times. They just ran it. They were going to run that for 2 that time. I think Joe Chicatano and Dave Evans wanted that extra.
It used to amaze me that we even did that ever. You know, I never understood that whole lineup, but I have to admit, it's the 2-3 times you use it a year, it's always successful.
With 13 seconds left in the first half, the score, the Red Tornadoes 22, the Wilkes-Barre GAR Grenadiers 0, and what a great performance by these young Red Tornadoes.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, this looks like a case to me of you don't come into our house and push us around.
That's right.
I mean, they're truly dominating the line of scrimmage right now in almost all phases of the game.
Squib kick picked up by number 45, Bob Wickheiser, and big hit made over there by number 28, Molisevich, and also
Chicatano.
66, Joe Chicatano.
Yeah.
So the Grenadiers with only 6 seconds left on the clock, and I think they'd be happy to down the ball and just get out of this thing.
Yeah, I think so, too. They were rocked on our heels on this last 6 seconds. I mean, I don't think they felt we could have scored from that position on the field, especially with that little bit of time left. So there it is. There's the end of the half.
That's the end of the first half. The score, the Red Tornadoes 22, the Grenadiers 0. We'll be back with halftime stats in 1 moment.
Okay, gang. Special guest at halftime, of course, Bob Elf.
Hey, for the Eastern Conference Championship,
right.
Why not both of us be
on
here?
the halftime show, which we lost the sign to,
That's
which
right.
I was so proud of. But the stats again are
Halftime
indicative.
stats. Go ahead.
Indicative of the way the game was played in the first half. Mount Carmel rushed the ball 15 times for a total of 51 yards. Passing, they were 6 of 11 for 132 yards. Individually in the rushing, Veach 13 times for 52 yards. And the cast man, 2 for a -1. And we bring this up only in that, you want to whisper this, it was the first -yard rushing he's had this year. So my guess is he's done tearing all of the lockers out of the room now, and he's starting on sinks and toilets. We want to get him back out as soon as we can and get him the ball. In the pass catching department, Gunther had 2 for 44, Evans 2 for 49, and the one was a touchdown. Hepler 1 for 10, Higgins 1 for 17. GAR, on the other hand, rushed the ball 19 times for 42 yards. Passing is where this tells the most. They were 1 of 6 for 16 yards.
And 2 interceptions.
Right. 16 yards compared to 132 yards from Mount Carmel area in the passing department is why the score is 22-0 Mount Carmel area. First downs were fairly even in 7 for Mount Carmel area and 5 for GAR.
But again, when you say that, again, Mount Carmel played that half real heavily in the first quarter in GAR's end zone.
Yeah, I mean, that's field position. The only time GAR had field position, they marched the ball down to the 5-yard line and coughed it up. I got a couple of sidelights here now. Cheddar dislocated his elbow. He's being taken to the Geisinger now. They'll have it X-rayed and all. Doc Recco said they'll then get 3 big guys to try to put it back in. It's not pretty. We figure we'll hear Pete scream probably here when it happens. We wish him the best. He took a nasty hit down there, dislocated his elbow. The first penalty that was called over on the bench, this is from, now I talked with the sideline crew, the marker crew.
I saw them coming over and talking to you.
I don't usually go in there into that depth, but this time I figured, what the heck, I asked those guys. Apparently GAR started this game out by yelling at the refs that they were homers. I mean, and then began using extremely foul language. At which time, one of them threw the flag and said, guys, you don't shut your mouth. This is going to be over. You're going to be out of here.
Well, if you're going to call these refs homers, you better talk about it, because Alex Brogna is from Pittston. Fisher, Gattuso, White, Murdoch, and Galichney are all from Wilkes-Barre.
I might add that we don't choose
it's hard
them.
calling us.
The Eastern Conference chose
Eastern
them.
Conference chose
So it's somewhat odd to believe that GR came down and believed that they were getting the short end of the stick with the rest. We saw no funny calls, especially when they were making all these comments. The sideline crew tells me that now the sidelines are quiet. We're not hearing any discussion with the referees. The Hepler incident was not anything he said. Apparently when he got back up out of the snow pile, he shoved the ball into the other guy's stomach. The referee saw it, called it a flag, 15 yards, and that's where that came from. So a little bit of extra insight here in the big game. Send me down there once more time. I could probably find everything out.
One other thing that was talked about a little bit here at halftime was on the option for GAR, and not defending what they do, but on the option, it's sometimes a little more difficult on this kind of field to run an option. And the bottom line is the Red Tornado defense probably put together the best half of defense that we've seen them play this year.
Yeah, they're tough. Now, again, you're hearing from the sideline crew. Apparently, GR maybe isn't all that happy with as many quarterback keeps as we've seen. And I've been saying that in the beginning. They're not running a true option because they're not trailing the tailback. You don't trail the tailback, there's no pitch.
Right.
So there's no third option.
The quarterback, right.
So he seems to be, apparently he's committing to run the corner before he sees all his options. And then, of course, that negates the option that way. So we're going to look forward in the second half, 1, to see what Januski does. 2, down 21-0, they got to pass more, and that's not their forte.
Right.
So we'll watch here. I guess we're about
ready to start the second half, so we'll be back with second half in 1 moment. Ready to start off here, number 42, Mike Sinkovich will kick off for the Red Tornadoes. And the one thing that can happen here, Warren, is it is 22-0, but it's an explosive offensive team. We've seen it. You just can't let up. You just have to keep the pressure in a championship game going forever.
Oh, you can't let up. I mean, the speed alone will kill you on the GR team.
Great kick by Sinkovich, taken by number 1, Sean Coleman. Brings it up the middle, finds a running room, and tackled by number 81, Zavaric, and also number 45, Ryan McGee. And McGee did a great job that time of running them down.
You saw some speed from number 1 there, too.
Yep.
Coleman.
John Coleman, a junior, he'll be back next year. So first down and 10 for the option. See what kind of changes GAR coaching staff has made.
Oh, they're quieter.
Janoski still with the ball, still looks at the trailer, but does nothing again, as you said, Warren. A good tackle made by 61, Roland, 77, Anderson. 31, Corey Hepler also in there.
Maybe the offense is designed like that. I don't know. We have a guy down. He's on one knee. I'm not sure if it's Higgins, I guess.
No, it's a linebacker. It's Joey Chicatano.
Okay, we're looking at this option again. Now, they came out, I said to them, we'd see the second half exactly what the option was going to be. And again, the option, there was no third option. They are not even looking to that pitch. It's not that we're taking the pitch away. He's never even looking at the pitch. He doesn't even know where the guy is to pitch it to him. It's a straight run from the time he takes the ball out of the fullback's, hold and makes his move on the line.
And right now, and Joe Chicatano looks okay. He just took a shot, and he's going to come off for a couple plays.
Joe has that, he has that walk like, do I have to come off?
Oh, we got a fist. He just showed me, as he's walking off, he showed a good uppercut. So I think he took a good shot to the stomach. Second down and 12 yards to go for the Grenadiers. 11 minutes left in the third quarter. Janoski fakes to everybody. He's going to throw. He's looking downfield. Lets one fly. Veach there, and he's bumped by number 85, Sauerwein.
Tell you what, that was close.
Close to an interference, but probably the ball was thrown too far.
Yeah, that was. Now we're looking to see who's in the ball game, and it's
Ron Davis would be.
No, okay, Davis went, but who's in the backfield for Cheddar? You've got Malachowski and Evans.
Evans is always in, though.
So Malachowski would be the guy that's...
No, he was in the night, too. So maybe Veach wasn't in the night.
Veach.
It could be
I'm
Brett
sorry,
Veach.
Veach. You're right. That's exactly who it is.
He's covering for...
Veach took Cheddar's place.
Cheddar over there, right.
Again, we wish the best for Pete. A painful injury, very painful injury.
Here comes a pair into the stands right now. Two All-Staters from last year, Mike Higgins and Joel Gonzalo.
The thrills they gave us over 4 years, my goodness.
You get the chills here, not from the cold, but just from seeing the two of them. Janoski back to pass. Looks on a fly pattern. Ooh, over the head of number 31, Joe Janik, but he had the line that time to catch the ball.
This quarterback just doesn't have the time, though. They're going to have to block better, or he's going to get killed out there.
Fourth down, and it'll put number 4, Alex Janoski, back in punt formation. 10:48 left in the third. Deep for the Red Tornadoes, 29, Malachowski, and 27, Dave Evans. Wobbly high snap. Janoski gets off a lousy kick. It's going to bounce on the 39-yard line, out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. So first down and 10, Red Tornadoes in good field position.
Now, I'm sure not the way the Grenadiers wanted to start the second half out.
Definitely not.
They just didn't look sharp again. They look a step slow almost all the time. I don't know if it's the footing. One thing to remember is they played their last game on AstroTurf. I don't know how many games they played during the year in AstroTurf. Is GAR, is that their home field?
I'm drawing a blank on that one. I think that was Myers' home field. So.
But I'm sure they've played a couple of games on that carpet, which may make it more difficult for them to adjust to a muddy field.
Costello for a game of 4 or 5 yards, maybe 5 yards. A good run that time by Joe Costello. Put his head down, ran it up the middle, in on the tackle, 62, Jim Costello.
Yeah, that puts Costello back in positive yardage, I guess. He, I know he had maybe they didn't tell him. The smart thing would be not to tell him. He found out he was a minus 1 yard. He'd be ugly.
Second down and 5 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes. 10:07 left in the third quarter. Big Red up 22-0. Veach off the right side. Breaks a tackle. First down. Red Tornadoes at the 49-yard line. Tackle made by number 4, Alex Janoski. Good blocking on the right side of the Red Tornado line that time. Fedok, Ron Davis, and Brian Lepotsky. I'm sorry. Boyer's over there, a tackle on the right side. .9:36 left in the third. Split backfield. Costello takes it up the middle. Good read that time by the linebacker, number 31, Joe Janik.
Oh, the neighborhood's going in on offense.
Number 77, Bill Anderson will come in at right tackle for the Red Tornadoes. Again, go from the split backfield on second down and 10. The ball right about on the 50-yard line. Karnaski hits number 30, Sean Jamin, close to a first down.
That is a first down.
And it will be a first down, and Jamin down over on the sideline.
Yeah, he's down, but he ran 2 guys over to get where he was going. He's down over on the far sideline there. Tough play by Jamin that time.
So we'll have timeout called here for an injury as Jamin's being tended to by Doc Jeff Greco.
He put some extra effort there at that last second, though, whatever he did over there. I hope he's okay. But that was a tough run that time. Tough run to get that last. He made a great catch, and then he needed 2 more yards, and he got him.
Jamin's up, and they're working him off the sideline right now. It looks like he just took a pretty good shot. They're a tough football team. The Grenadiers are hitting very hard out there right now.
They're no slouches, that's for sure. Right now, you have to think about, of course, Wayne over in Bosnia-Herzegovina. Like right now, there's probably an argument over rye or wheat in this big Baker strike that he's mediating over in Bosnia. Personally, I think he's the best man for it.
Red Tornadoes will take over first down and 10 from the 40-yard line. Inside handoff to Veach, and that one goes nowhere for about a 2-yard loss. Tried that one up the middle.
They're tough. They're tough right in the middle. It's when you get on either side of them, on that two tackle positions is where they give some ground a little bit. They've been tough in the middle all the way, and it's indicative that they're tough in that Costello finished with a -1 in the first half. If you're stopping him, you're tough in the middle. Where they've been giving it up is mostly passing, of course, but on the ends, that's where we seem to be gaining some yardage.
Second down and 12. Passing situation for the Red Tornadoes. Karnaski, big rush this time from the Grenadiers. Finds some running room, looks down.
I don't even saw it.
Broken up by Janoski, but I'll tell you what, he had Malachowski standing there all by himself. It was just hard for Vic to get it to him because he was running. He had to keep his momentum going to keep from getting tackled. Third down and 12.
Well, he had two guys down there, actually.
Some lousy coverage that time by the Grenadiers. 7:39 left in the third quarter. 22-0, Red Tornadoes in the lead. Evans goes in motion. Shovel pass to Veach, and that should be an incompleted pass.
Yeah, it will be. He knew it. He first tried to pick it up, but he knew right away it was.
Fourth down for the Red Tornadoes puts number 41, Joe Costello, in punt formation.
Costello's punting from one of the poorer positions on the field.
Yeah, this is a tough spot right here, and a tough snap for Joey Chicatano. And flags on the play. But that's what happens when you get in that mud like that. The ball doesn't want to come out of the mud. You have to put pressure down, and you're putting it down into the mud. It won't come back up for you. Joe Schick did a great job there of getting that snap off.
That's going against Big Red.
It's a dead ball foul, illegal procedure called against the Red Tornadoes.
You have illegal procedure on the punt. It's not usually one you see.
No.
Called. I don't know what we were doing there.
Well, again, a lineman can move, and that would do it right there, probably.
Yeah, I guess. It's an odd call. You don't usually move on the punt.
Well, it puts Costello in a little better position to punt from there. And Chicatano gets off a much better snap. And boy, does he sail this punt. It's going to be taken on about the 5-yard line. Brings it around the left side. He's still on his feet. And crushed by Evans. Costello. Big hit by the Red Tornadoes.
Oh, my goodness.
Number 45, Bob Wickheiser, got the feel of Red Tornado defense right there.
What a hit. Oh, Evans held him up and said, here, kill him.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
First down and 10, Grenadiers from the 30-yard line. Jamin comes out of the ball game, and they're going to give him a little rest. Puts number 28, Molisevich, in at left, the defensive end. Janoski on the option, takes it all by himself. Gain of about, gets a first down. He does a little second effort there. Gretzky in on the tackle, number 8. But a good job that time by the Grenadiers to break it outside, and probably the first time Janoski really went to the wide side of the field and just kept going.
Yeah, that's right. He did. It's not a play that's worked very well for them. They've not been very successful at that play, and that's probably the first time you really saw it work for good yardage.
First down, Grenadiers from the 41-yard line. Now he has the wide side to the left, so usually in a good option, you're coming to the wide side of the field.
That's the rule. Not this time.
Well, they give it to Jackson, and that's going nowhere. Higgins in on the tackle, Anderson in on the tackle, and also number Rowland or Evans? Saw Evans do a roll there. I don't know if he was in on it or not.
I was looking at Big myself. I'll tell you what, Big's going to have to earn that name. You don't walk in here and have a nickname, and so far, Big isn't that big.
Second down and 11 yards to go. 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Janoski goes from the eye, but it will be an option call. He's going to pass from it. Looks on the fly. Oh, great play made by Gretzky that time to break it up.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, it was. He was well covered, and the ball was not thrown that well, but he kept moving to it, and that took him out of our coverage a little bit. And Gretzky made a great play to recover and put the ball on the ground. And I think he felt he should have intercepted it, actually.
Passing situation for the Grenadiers, so it brings number 54, Jeff Evans, in at nose.
The bullet. They're going to fire the bullet through the middle. He'll be disrupting everything again.
Janoski sets up with split backs. He's back to pass. Big rush from Anderson. Also Hepler. Lets one go. Intercepted by Joe Chicatano. And again, Janoski does not make a real good throw.
Well, Hepler blocked it. Hepler tipped it. That's what happened. But again, the point was he shouldn't have thrown it. He had the sideline to him, run out of the sidelines, and call it a day there. He's under extreme pressure, but he's not making the right decisions on when he shouldn't throw the ball.
And I'll tell you what, number 20, Manny DeGraffenried, hasn't done much tonight, but he's going off with a bad arm right now. He cannot pick his right arm up. It's just hanging down at his side, and that's their tailback and their main man that they didn't really get to tonight.
Yeah,
but
we didn't see much of him. He's definitely hurt.
First down and 10, Red Tornadoes from the 40-yard line. Up the middle to Costello. Off the right side, gain of about 4 yards. Good job that time by Costello in the right side of the Red Tornado offense. 62 on the tackle, Jim Costello.
Jim Costello meet each other a lot.
Yeah, you know what? He's playing a heck of a game. Yeah. Costello, number 62 for GAR, doing a great job on defense.
Yeah, he's having a tough football game. We called his name a lot tonight.
Number 5, Jason Gunther, brings in the play for the Red Tornadoes. 4:57 left in the third quarter. Evans in motion. Pitch to Veach. Out around the left side. Finds some running room. Turns it on. There it is. The burst of speed. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes.
That was fabulous. Really was. Great blocking again.
Good block that time.
He was watching 68.
Leposki,
and he waited just a little bit for Leposki. Now, Leposki didn't have to make a block. He needed to run outside of him,
to get
and that opened up the hole. And that's exactly what Leposki did.
Red Tornadoes in to attempt the extra point. 66, Chicatano will snap. Gretzky with the hold, and 31, Corey Hepler to attempt the extra point. Snaps down, kicks up.
Ooh, may have missed that one.
And no good. With 4:37 remaining in the third quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 28, the Grenadiers 0.
Well, not the type of game we expected. Let's face it. We had thought it was going to be a much tighter football game, and it really isn't. GER does not look good tonight. They don't look nearly as good as they did against Myers, unless Myers was a poor football team. I don't know which it is here. But offensively, they've generated nothing. They cannot pass. There's absolutely no passing offense to this game at all. I mean, they're no threat to pass, and when they do, it usually turns out badly for them. So, the point I'm trying to make now is that with 4 minutes and 37 seconds left in the third quarter, how do you come back?
Right.
From 29 points, or 28 points. It's going to be a tough road to hoe to come back without a real passing offense.
Kicking off for the Red Tornadoes, number 42, Mike Sinkovich. They let him sail a long one again. This one's going to be taken by number 1, Sean Coleman. At about the 5-yard line. Finds him right. Big hit by the freshman, number 42, Sinkovich, with the hit. Also helping out 28, Molosevich. and number 81, Mike
Oh,
Zavard.
he's getting up slow. Let's welcome to Cinco's world. What a hit. Boy, he was at full tilt when he got nailed, too. Ooh. You know, you look at the two, I said it every game. You look at those two Cincos and you think, oh my, he got 3 full years of those guys coming back and killing people.
41, Joe Costello in on the tackle of Manny DeGraffenried, and DeGraffenried going nowhere on that play except for about a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, DeGraffenried has got to be frustrated. But the only thing I can say, I mean, unless it's a designed offense, and I don't think it is that DeGraffenried must not be at full potential here. Because they're not using him in the option at all. They really
That
aren't.
was just a pitch.
Yeah,
to
that's
him.
a pitch. That wasn't an option play. He's not being used as a trailing back at all through this whole option offense. So I have to assume maybe something's wrong with him. Maybe he's not at full 100%.
This one they're going to try. Jackson. Oh, no, it's Janoski with the ball. Tackle made by Costello, also helped out by Milosevic. Gain of about 6 yards, and that was a good fake that time.
Yeah.
I thought Jackson had the ball on that play.
Yeah, it was a good fake. But I don't think you can win the game with this play.
No.
I really don't.
Oh, no, not with 3:12 left in the third quarter.
I believe the bottom line is you're not going to win this football game by having the quarterback carry the ball on a quarterback keeper all the time down the line.
The Grenadiers set up from the I formation. Janoski going to keep the ball, take it off the right side, gets his first down, and then is tackled over there. Initial hit made by number 22, Veach, and then finished off by number 30, Jamin.
I mean, if you're Big Red, you're saying to yourself, I hope he runs the ball every time.
Right.
You know, there's just no way that he's going to win a football game. He's going to be out of time.
Number 48, Dennis Krzyzewski into the lineup for the Red Tornadoes. He'll come in at linebacker for Joe Chicatano. This one's going to be to DeGraffenried off the left side.
Whoa.
Big hit by 77, Bill Anderson. What a game Anderson's putting together tonight.
Oh, he is. The neighborhood is ugly tonight. I mean, they have done nothing to his side. Nothing.
Number 83, Higgins into the lineup now, and he'll take the place of Jamin. And right now, just keep getting fresh legs in and out, and it helps a lot at this stage of the game, especially the way this defense have played. Every kid out there has given 110% tonight.
Oh, they really have. They came in and said to themselves, let's bring an Eastern Conference championship home, and that's exactly what they're well on their way to doing here in the waning seconds of the third period.
Janoski back to pass. Gretzky on the defense, and it's incomplete.
There's no way he caught that.
No signals from the ref, so I didn't know really what to call on that.
There was no way that he caught that football.
Joe Chicatano back in with third down and 9 yards to go.
The reason I say that is because their coaching staff is saying that he did.
Well, their backs were turned. His back was turned to them, right?
Back was turned. I don't know what those guys, what game they came to watch tonight. I'm starting to worry about that group.
Third down and 10 from the 40-yard line. Janoski still with the ball. Jeff Evans and Corey Hepler on the tackle. Good job that time by the Red Tornadoes. Fourth down for the Grenadiers. Put him in punt formation, and Janoski should be there for punting. Deep for the Red Tornadoes, number 27, Dave Evans, and number 29, Dan Malakowski. And if Janoski gets off a kick, one of these two guys could run this one back. The only problem is Janoski hasn't been kicking too good
He hasn't
tonight.
gotten it to the two deep guys so far tonight.
Snaps back, kicks away. This time it's going to be fielded by Evans. He gets the ball on about the 35-yard line, hit on the 40. Now still with the ball, still going with the ball, still with the ball to the 41-yard line. Great run back by the Red Tornadoes, and we have flags on the play.
I can't believe that Evans took that hit and bounced off him and then went upfield from it.
Great job, even with flags on the play. A great play by the Red Tornadoes.
Now they're going to call it back, but it doesn't take anything
Right.
away from what he just did on that play. That was fantastic. That really was.
Somebody made some good blocks in there, too.
Ooh, right. Now they're calling a clip, and I didn't see it because I was watching him. I mean, that's such a great run. I mean, my goodness. And that shows you the strength, the upper body strength that Evans is bringing into the game.
Okay, this one will move it back 28-yard line.
So we're close. No, farther, 26 or 27-yard line. And we're having a snow squall.
Yeah, a little squall coming through.
A little heavier snow beginning to fall now as the game progresses. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Big Red, of course, comfortably in the lead, 28-0.
I think it's a lot warmer on the Red Tornado sideline than it is on the GAR sideline.
Winning has a way of doing that.
That's right. Kranaski sets the Red Tornadoes. Going to try it to Costello. Finds running room. Big run. Oh, knocked out of his hands. But Costello recovers the ball. Good for a first down.
My goodness, I think he had himself a touchdown.
And that
too.
guy, the guy went right after the ball.
And
He
the only thing he
knocked it
hit
out of his hands.
The only thing he hit was the ball. But look at the cash
That was going to be a touchdown.
Cash
right?
man had goal line written on that baby.
First down and 10 Red Tornadoes from the 38-yard line.
Cash man's not a happy man right now.
9 seconds left in the third quarter, and the Red Tornadoes will leave this one wind down. And that'll be the end of the third quarter with the score. The Red Tornadoes 28, the Wilkes-Barre GAR Grenadiers 0. And as we've said, Warren, the Tornadoes have put together probably the three best quarters of this year.
They're playing solid football. Offensively, defensively, I mean, special teams play. Everything looks good tonight. They really are. They came into the game to play, and that's what they're doing. They're playing hard-nosed football, and they've rocked GAR back on their heels right now. We'll take a moment. I'll do this at the right time. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to WKMC-TV, microwave signal WLX267. We are an instructional fixed television service. We are broadcasting directly from the studio facilities at Mount Carmel Area High School. You're catching us on Wednesday night, 8 p.m., courtesy of the Service Electric Cable System on their channel 13.
Very good.
We'll also take a moment here, because a lot of people see this broadcast, from what we understand anyway, at least we hope they do. We're a Tuesday night. You're going to be seeing this tomorrow night, which is Wednesday night. We're going to take a moment. Of course, this is the final game for Big Red. With all intent and purposes, they'll be bringing home an Eastern Conference championship. We want to say to those teams neighboring around us, and there are all of the teams around us in the state playoffs.
Right.
You got the North Schuylkill Spartans. We want to wish them good luck. Of course, they're going up against Berwick.
Right.
And that'll be a big game on Saturday. I'll finish this when we have to run this play.
Kranaski to Veach. And good tackle made that time by Harold Jackson.
We want to take a moment and wish good luck again to the Southern Columbia area Tigers. And this is a special one. The Tigers are coming to the Silver Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. Friday night at 7 p.m.
Everybody come down here and see it.
You come down. You want to see some big-time football? Southern Columbia against the Columbia Crimson Tide.
Okay.
The Columbia, they're down from the Lancaster area, from what I understand. A big Class A, PIAA state playoff game in the Silver Bowl. You want to come down here on Friday night and watch Southern Columbia Tigers advance through the playoffs.
This one's up the middle to Costello. Big run. Gain of about 6 yards to about the 44-yard line.
We got the Shamokin area Indians in the state playoffs still. They advance. We'll be playing at Shikellamy Stadium. I don't know.
Right, against Mannheim Central.
Oh, sorry, I did know it. Mannheim Central, a big game at Shikellamy High School. And last but not least, of course, Lion Mountain making their first appearance in the PIAA playoffs. I don't know where they're playing, unfortunately. I didn't hear that one.
I didn't either.
We want to wish good luck to the Eagles, all of the local teams, of course. They're our neighbors. They're Coal Region football, and we want to see them go all the way.
That's right.
And we wish everybody good luck. And again, Friday night, if you can, you want to see a great football game. The Tigers are at the Silver Bowl.
Inside handoff to Evans. Finds running room. Still on his feet to the 40. To the 30. He'll turn it on.
He'll score.
Touchdown!
Yeah!
Red Tornadoes.
All right.
He outrun
Evans.
de Graffenried.
All right, Davey.
Touchdown, Red Tornadoes.
Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time since 1973, I believe, right?
Yes.
The Eastern Conference is coming home.
In to attempt the extra point, number 31, Corey Hepler. Joe Chicatano, 66, will be on the snap, and number 8, Gretzky will hold. Snaps back, kicks up, and it's good. With 10:22 remaining in this Eastern Conference Championship ball game, the score, the Red Tornadoes 34, the Wilkes-Barre GAR Grenadiers nothing.
And you're going to see unsportsmanlike conduct penalty leveled against GAR. After the kick, somebody took Higgins and nailed him when he wasn't looking, put him in on the ground, and that'll be assessed, I guess, on the kick. Yeah, on the kickoff. That'll be 15 yards against the Grenadiers. Not a very nice play, guys. Nope. That was bad.
Well, and with this much time left in this ball game, 10:22, you don't know how ugly it could get.
Well, I mean, that was a cheap shot. Let's face it, you don't want to see that happening. A lot of frustration on the Grenadier side. They came in so highly touted. I'm sure in Wilkes-Barre, the word was we'll come down to Mount Carmel, we'll take home an Eastern Conference and make up for our lack of state playoffs. But again, you came into the Silver Bowl, you came in the winter, when the
That's
real
right.
tough times are here. You don't beat the Red Helmets in the wintertime. It doesn't happen. A little bit of snow as a backdrop here. This is the big time.
In the kickoff for the Red Tornadoes, number 42, Mike Sinkovich. Sinkovich squibs one, bounces over Jackson's head, and is fielded by number 1, Coleman, on about the 3-yard line. Run down by number 81, Zavarik, with the initial hit. Joe Chicatano also in there to help out, and Ryan McGee, number 45, flags on the play.
I didn't see that.
Nope, I'm not sure where this one's coming from. It was from the
it's away from the play.
GAR sideline is where the flag was thrown, but I didn't even see a Red Tornado over there.
Yeah, I don't know what he saw. Maybe
got
he saw
a dead
something
ball
in the middle.
foul, personal foul against the Red Tornadoes, and I'm not too sure anybody was over there.
I don't know. I don't know who that was against.
Yeah. Okay, so GAR will take over first down and 10 from the 29-yard line.
Now back-to-back unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, and you're right. Now the referees are the guys that are on the hot spot. Now you got to keep this game under control. You got 10 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. Let's get everybody out of here. Let's not get anybody hurt and do anything dumb.
Janoski from the option and goes nowhere. I mean, that one was unbelievable. I mean, the Red Tornadoes were all there. Hepler, Chicatano, 77 Anderson. Hepler pulled a muscle or something. He's coming off to the sideline.
Be a cramp maybe. 76 into the ball game.
Mike Boyer.
Boyer takes his place. I make it to 12 games, and now I forget everybody's number in the last game. Like, what am I doing here? I see these guys for 12 games, and I can't remember anybody's name now. Yeah, a little change at linebacker. 40, is it 7? Is one of the Sinkoviches is in.
Steve Sinkovich in there. It's going to be a flea flicker. Janoski looking downfield, but guess who's there? Malachowski. Great play by Dan Malachowski.
No.
And they're going to call interference.
Oh.
But number 10 actually ran into him. Tony Falcone ran into number 29, Malachowski, and Malachowski did a good job of knocking it down.
That was the first poor call of the evening, I think. I think it was a poor call that time.
But who are we to say?
No, we're allowed to say that. That's one of the best parts about this job. We can say that kind of stuff and get away with it.
Well, this will be a penalty against the Red Tornadoes and give the Grenadiers a first down. 9:02 left in the ball game. Janoski sets up with Jackson and DeGraffenried in the backfield. Going to DeGraffenried off the right side. In on the tackle, 66 Chicatano, helped out by 76 Boyer.
Something a lot of people might be wondering, you don't see it tonight because of the lack of the sideline camera due to the extremely poor field conditions, but if you'd seen it in the other games, you'll notice that Mount Carmel area has 4 black stripes. Everybody's wearing them on their helmet. All coaches wear them on either their hat or their coat. Those 4 black stripes signify something special to Big Red, and they're in memorial for Joe Shereko. And a lot of people don't know Joe. Joe was a quiet, shy man, but Joe was the ultimate Mount Carmel area fan. I mean,
right.
He lived and breathed Mount Carmel area football.
Oh, that one was almost picked off by Evans, and you know where that one was going, Warren? In the end zone.
Joe followed Mount Carmel area football. I mean, he wore the red and white coats all the time. He was everything. And he realized for him, and he was, I guess, in his late 60s, probably this year, or early 70s even, he realized the real dream for himself, and that he became the equipment manager. He was down on the field, and he was the equipment manager. And, of course, we mentioned this earlier in the year. Joe passed away suddenly, about the 8th game of the season or 7th game of the season. I'll finish when we're done the play.
3rd down and about 8 yards to go. 8:16 left. Janoski going to come out around the end. Now they use the pitch. First time they've really run it, and Veach is going to run him down. DeGraffenried and knocks him out of bounds at about the 46-yard line, but that will be close to a GAR first down.
Yeah. The first time we've seen the trailing back at the pitch. It's amazing. But getting back to Joe for one last second, of course, Joe didn't have much family. There wasn't a lot of family around here for him. These kids really took a liking to him, and he truly would have done anything for them. I mean, just being around him made his day. So they wore, for each game that they won in his honor for the season, they put a black stripe on their helmet, and they had told us at Supper Club, the last ones, that they were going to get 5 black stripes. They weren't going to win an Eastern Conference championship. They were talking about 5 black stripes, which would have meant they won the Eastern Conference.
Right.
And I just want to say that I know that Joe's up there right now, and he's smiling. He's smiling that other stripe's going to go on those helmets at the end of the game.
Blitz that time. Jackson hit by Mulisevich. Initial hit made by 41 Costello, but then hit by, and then Jackson kicks Roland. He kicked Roland.
Come on, Big.
And Jackson kicked Roland on that play, right at the end of the play.
Big's not a happy man. If you gained about 4 yards all game,
you wouldn't be
too
happy
either.
either, right?
Big's been having a rough time. Big hasn't seen the line of scrimmage much this whole game.
2nd down and 9 yards to go for the Grenadiers. 7:30 left on the clock as this one's winding down. The Eastern Conference Finals from the Silver Bowl in Mount Carmel. Janoski, the blitz is on again. Big play by Costello and 77 Bill Anderson.
What I like when they do that. That's really good. That's the kind of play where, first of all, you didn't need Castman to blitz because Anderson already had everybody in the neighborhood on the ground. But Castman blitzes, catches you from behind, you go nowhere. The neighborhood has truly been an unfriendly place for the Grand Army of the Republic.
Wow, unbelievable.
Right now, I think Williams probably feeling a tad unpatriotic what he's done to the Grand Army tonight.
3rd down and 9 yards to go. 6:50 left on the clock.
The Grand Army is going to be marching back in full retreat tonight to Wilkes-Barre.
Janoski has been throwing from this point, but hands off to DeGraffenried out around the left side. Finds some running room, but he'll be stopped. So it'll be 4th down and about 4 yards to go.
It's, I think, and again, unless there's something wrong with that kid that we were not told about in the pregame.
They didn't use him, did they?
That kid truly looks like the guy that could have made this game more interesting. He really has the moves. He's quick. He does. And yet they waited till the 8 minutes left in the game for us to even see him. I don't know. I think that was not the way they should have went tonight.
4th down and 4 yards to go for the Grenadiers. 6 minutes left in the ball game. 35-0. Red Tornadoes in the lead.
Ooh.
And they're going to go offsides. This will be an illegal procedure called against the Grenadiers.
That'll be a dandy. 4th and 4. Now it's 4th and 9. I mean, they just have not looked good offensively. They were not sharp. The line was manhandled throughout the entire game. And I just think they ran an odd version of what was the option. I really do. I don't think it's not a true option, at least the parts we saw of it. And maybe they felt that was the game plan. Maybe they felt that Januski would run wild on the corners. But certainly, after the first half, you would have said to yourself when you went into the locker room, this isn't working. But apparently they didn't say that.
Januski just on the straight drop back. Looks downfield on the fly. Double coverage. Chicatano and Gretzky break it up, both of them. I don't know which one got their hand in there, but first down and 10 Red Tornadoes.
I think Big Red's saying to themselves now, obviously, let's preserve the shutout. 35-0. I think the defense is saying, let's not let them score now. Now, what you will see if Coach Williams holds true to form is obviously you'll start to see some cleaner uniforms enter the game. It's 5 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the football game. And Coach Williams is asking for a timeout, which he will get. But I believe he's about to take a whole new unit.
Well, that's the way he does it. He always puts the varsity in. He always does that. He puts them in and then brings them out. And a good job by the Red Tornadoes.
Last standing ovation for many of the seniors here. And there it is. They're coming off the field. Coach Williams has pulled the entire starting unit. He brings out an entirely new second unit, and I might include the bus has entered the game. All 48 passengers of them is in the game now at the 5:18 mark. And here you go. This is what we talked about. Now you brought all new kids in, many of them freshmen. They're playing in an Eastern Conference championship football game. And I'll tell you what, down the line next year, the year after, this kind of game, this is why you win a state championship. This is why you're in every year winning 8, 9, 10 games. This is what does it right here.
Well, in there for the Red Tornadoes right now. We'll work on it in the back positions. 47 or 45. Ryan McGee, 47. 42, Mike Sinkovich. McGee does a good job up to the 50-yard line. Also in there, number 35, Brian Detry. Was in there, 75, John Else at center. 56, Gary Dunn. Also 65, Ricky Harris. 53, Clayton Casella. 21, Matt Montgomery. Number 1, the quarterback, which is Mike Wojtovich. 47, Steve Sinkovich comes into the game.
Tell you what, this McGee kid, he really shows us a lot. Every time we see him, he is one hard-nosed football player.
Second down and 4 yards to go. This one goes to Sinkovich off the right side. Good tackle made that time. Initial hit made by number 31, which is Joe Janik. So we'll see a third down and about 3 yards to go. Number 67 into the game for the Red Tornadoes now, Jason Wojtovich.
And of course, if you're a coach from one of our teams that are going to play us next year, you just saw and said to yourself, oh my God, there are two Sinkoviches in the backfield at the same time. I mean, tell me you're not starting to get a little bit scared about what's going on around here. Plus, you're bringing Veach back, no less, and Costello.
Third down and 4. This one's the Cinco. Good tackle made that time from the left side of the Grenadier defensive line, and this will be a punting formation for the Red Tornadoes.
And we're going to see a new punter.
Well, 54, Jeff Evans kicked for the JV games, and he's in to attempt the punt right now.
The bullet.
We have a timeout. It's an official timeout.
They're letting the center wipe his hands on the official's towel.
Actually, back there, number 1, Sean Coleman has been back to field all the punts. He's a good running back, and he's back again to field Jeff Evans' punt.
It's the first time of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, the bullet is punting.
Snaps back. Kicks away.
Ooh.
Good kick by and Montgomery right down there with Coleman. I mean, just covering the ball. Good job by Montgomery to go down and cover that punt.
Yeah, he's a quick kid, Montgomery. He really is. Again, he's another player we've been watching throughout the year. He's got a lot of potential, that guy. You'll see him in the defensive backfield, I'm sure, for the next couple of years.
75, John Else had to snap that. And I'll tell you what, when you're on the sidelines for 3 quarters and then you have to long snap one.
Yeah, in the mud. Yeah, you say to yourself, how did I get in here? Yeah, it's no ball of fun, that's for sure.
First down and 10 for the Grenadiers from about the 18-yard line. Red Tornado defense in the setup right now. You'll see the 65, Rick Harris, 37, Pete Avellino, number 60, Jason Malakowski, the brother of Dan Malakowski. 75, John Else will be in the right tackle. Also 54, Jeff Evans, the Bullet, will be at nose guard. 21, Matt Montgomery in the back. Also, you'll see 45, Ryan McGee in there. 42 and 47, the both Sinkoviches, Steve and Mike, will be in there. And number 40 at the other end, and I think I got everybody, Damian Ziegler. Also 48, Krzyzewski will be in there. .321 left in the Eastern Conference Championship game.
It's one of my only fans down there, Cassandra Maces.
She's waving at you.
me.
Yes, I see that.
She's 2, and she's one of my only fans, so I gotta keep her happy down there.
Coleman now at tailback, and he must be a youngster coming up for the GAR Grenadiers. Coleman goes in motion. Good play that time by Evans, and number 42 also in there. Sinkovic also on the tackle. 75, John Else in there. So good job that time. 71, Shoppy there. So good job by Red Tornado defense that time.
This 71, Shoppy, I'll tell you what, I look at this guy. We had him at supper, and I'll tell you what, talking about an awesome guy. I'll tell you what, he gets in the weight room and comes out, and in this next year, he is going to be one guy to contend with. He truly is. He's a big boy out there. He could be a building.
2:45 left on the clock. Janoski going out to the right side. Well, it's number 10, the quarterback. And good tackle made. 54 Evans? Or 40? No, it's number 40, Ziegler.
Ziegler's
and
out
47, Sinkovic in there.
Vajtovic, 67, back in the ball game. I'll tell you what, we've seen this defensive lineup come in and out of the game several times, over the course of the year. I tell you what, you don't run on them.
No.
You don't do anything with this group either. So, and GR is having the same kind of problems.
Third down and 5 yards to go.
Ooh.
Coleman with the number 42, Sinkovic. Great job by Mike Sinkovic. So punting formation for the Grenadiers at 1:49 left on the clock.
Oh, my. Sinkoviches are truly going to be an amazing group when they get going here next year. I saw we had the all generations because Joe is in the stands below us here. I saw him coming up with some coffees at halftime, and nobody can forget the kind of runs that he made in his career here at Mount Carmel area either. And these two guys are cut exactly from the same mold.
Grenadiers are going for it.
It's going to be a run, which is
and they're just
not
going
a good idea.
Backwards with a big tackle from number 42, Mike Sinkovic. So Red Tornadoes take over first down and 10 with 1:10 left on the clock.
That was not the play to run on that one, I don't think. Again, Big Red looks tough. The different unit out there really looks tough defensively. Great field position now. They take the ball over at the 13-yard line.
Now you wonder if they're just going to down it, though.
I'm guessing they
downs,
would,
But you still...
It's hard to tell a kid that who gets in the football
right.
game, though. You don't, what do you tell them? Slow up, don't do this. The only way you control it is by calling running plays, and up the middle running plays.
They're going to down it. That's the way they're set up now. They're set up just to down the ball, and
that's good.
Vajtovic downs the ball.
That's a class act by Big Red. It really is. Coach Williams. I mean, the score is 35-0. GER has been beaten in every single phase of this football game that there was. I mean, there was no single thing they did really well tonight. They were stymied offensively. They were run over on defense. They were passed over. So, I think that was the smart move. Just call it a day and bring home an Eastern Conference championship. We'll have the trophy presentations, I guess, out at midfield. I believe it's been a while since we did this with Eastern Conference.
What a great performance by the Red Tornadoes. Unbelievable. What a great job by the Red Tornadoes. The clock's winding down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the ball game. The score, the Red Tornadoes 35, Wilkes-Barre GR Grenadiers 0. And I'll tell you what, a very talented offense came down to the Silver Bowl and did nothing tonight, Warren.
No,
Absolutely
they came down where they didn't get in
nothing.
the stadium is what happened. They drove down on the bus but didn't show up for the game. Mount Carmel area, truly a great cap, a great end to a fantastic season. I mean, really, you could not ask for better than this. This was really a good game, tough game played by everybody.
Right now, medals are being presented to the GAR Grenadiers on the sideline, and a tough loss for the Grenadiers in that, Warren, they're going to go back to Wilkes-Barre. They were talented. They felt they would come down here and really give the Red Tornadoes a game. The Red Tornadoes, on the other hand, are going to come out of this game and want to play next week.
Oh, yeah.
But that's not going to happen.
That's the way it works.
But it is a boost for next year for this Red Tornado football team to come out winning the Eastern Conference Championship 35-0.
I mean, you won an Eastern Conference Championship, but you did so by demolishing the other team. So, I mean, it bodes well for the future. A lot of these kids, we only lose a couple of seniors. We're not losing much of the team senior-wise. And again, we want to say, for the final time of these broadcasts, we take our hats off to those seniors and to everything they've given us. I mean, they gave us a state championship last year. They gave us an Eastern Conference championship this year. There's not a whole lot more you can ask for here. They've done the deeds. They've been out there and they've made, and they've more than anything else, they have continued what is a tradition unmatched anywhere else. Mount Carmel area football. I don't care where you go. I don't care what programs you're looking at. Look at the wins. Winningest in Pennsylvania, fourth, fifth winningest in the nation now. This is it. This is what football is all about, and you get to come down to this stadium and see it, 5, 6, 7, 8 times a year. That's what it's all about.
The 22nd championship game or playoff game that the Red Tornadoes have played, and they are now 13-9.
Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. The kind of success. I mean, you're racking up 9 more wins, in a season. You got 9 more wins under your belt. I mean, you don't find a program with this kind of success. You just don't. And this is a jewel that you want to savor, and you want to take it, and then every year you kind of unwrap it. You bring it back out again.
Right now, the Red Tornadoes getting their medals, and I'll tell you what, Warren, I think we'll work it right here because they have them in order. Number 1, Mike Wojtovich gets the first. Now they're going to number 5, Jason Gunther. Coach Williams now presenting his medal to number 8, or number 6, Vic Kornaski. Number 8, Nick Goretzky now getting his. And Goretzky played a great job tonight at free safety. 21, Matt Montgomery, the sophomore, up-and-coming cornerback or safety for the Red Tornadoes defense. Now getting it, Brett Veach, 22. Number 26, Pete Cheddar. 27, Dave Evans will be getting his next. And I guess we'll just run down the line here because we're not really getting a real good camera angle of what's going on. But 28, Denny Molisevich. 29, Dan Malakowski. Number 30, Sean Jamin. 31, Corey Hepler. 32, Rusty Lashinsky. 35, Brian Detry. 37, Pete Avellino. 40, Damian Ziegler. 41, Joe Costello. 42, Mike Sinkovich. 44, Johnny Kalinowski. 45, Ryan McGee. 47, Steve Sinkovich. 48, Dennis Krzyzewski. Number 52, Charlie Adams. 53, Clayton Casello. 54, Jeff Evans. 56, Gary Dunn. 57, Brian Hollenbush, who was hurt this year and probably, hopefully, back next year. 58, Ron Davis. 60, Jason Malakowski. 61, Jamie Rowland. 65, Rick Harris. 66, Joe Shikatano. 67, Jason Wojtovich. 68, Brian Lepotsky. 71, Mike Shoppy. 74, John Feddock. 75, John Else. 76, Mike Boyer. 77, Bill Anderson. 81, Mike Zavarik. And 83, Eric Higgins. And I guess we have to talk a little bit, too, about a coaching staff that put together a heck of a football team this year, headed by the head coach, Dave Whitey Williams, his assistant and defensive coordinator, who did another great job this year, Coach Charles Conley. Robert Veach Jr., an assistant. Bob Verano, an assistant. Tom Edwards, Mike Bear, and the new boy on the list this year, but did a great job, Al Yakinchak.
There's Yakinchak with the big job. He's the weight guy.
That's right.
He's in charge of the weight room, so he's
Plus,
got
I guess
his job just beginning
will
now.
also be track coach this year, right?
Yeah. So, again, just savor this. This is what it's all about. This is what you do it for. We want to thank everybody involved in this telecast over the entire year. We want to thank everybody in the Supper Club. Again, the Supper Club, it looks like now is going to come out with about $500, which we are going to be able to buy either a piece of equipment in the weight room or somewhere in the school, which will benefit every athlete, not just the football team. We are proud to do that. We are waiting now for the coaches. The different sporting coaches will get together and decide, what can best benefit everybody. And the club has already decided to buy the piece and do whatever they can. And that's what the Supper Club's all about. That's why you were down there every week. You get to meet these guys. And
you make every effort that you spend all the money by the end of the year. It's gone.
We will empty the treasury
into the kids.
And we can, as we did last year, to this year, we came in, and I have the checkbook only because no one else will take it from me. But the checkbook was at empty. The Union National Bank gratefully allows us to carry no checking account and doesn't charge us anything, so we get along with that. And we want to thank them. We want to thank Jose Gonzalo.
For stats this year.
Without his information, we'd be up here babbling even worse than we do now. He actually gives us things that we can read that are right.
And we are going to work hard next year at getting a headset down there on the field that we can keep some of these stats going as the night goes on.
I think Phil Gergen, we need to say thank you to Phil Gergen. You cannot believe the kind of information we get from him. He's the sports information director here at Mount Carmel area, and he goes out of his way for us. I think he pities us more than anything. But he goes out of his way for us to make sure we have all the up-to-date information on both the team that we're playing, the team we're playing the following week, as far as records and stuff and injuries, and also, again, thank you to him and everybody who kind of contributes to this to make us look like at least we know something about football before the end of the night.
And I guess another thanks to the kids on the field and the kids here. They do a great job, the WKMC kids.
The staff, absolutely.
And now you see the Red Tornadoes grouping together as the final medal presentations are being made. You're going to see the award of the trophy, and a real nice trophy that comes in and is going to be set up in the Mount Carmel Area High School.
As you see that happening, one program note again, we want to remind you again, you can see state playoff action at Mount Carmel area Friday night, 7 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, the Southern Columbia area Tigers, the juggernaut of the East in Class A, will be down here to entertain you as they take on the Columbia Crimson Tide, and they begin their march to a second consecutive state title. And again, good luck to all the other teams we had talked about earlier in the evening, all of those neighbors of ours who, now that we are not playing against them, want to wish them the best of luck, and we hope all of them are able to continue and play in a state championship.
Coach Williams will now take the trophy from the Eastern Conference representative. The Red Tornadoes, again in 1995, the Eastern Conference champions. Neat picture on the side, on the middle of the field there, the snow in the background, and the Red Tornadoes hold the trophy high above their huddle.
There it is, another. Have to make room for another one in that case now, guys. Got to make some room.
And Wilkes-Barre GAR will be back, as they have been in past years.
A fine football team, they really are. They're a tough, hard-nosed football team. They played good. I think they're a little shocked about what may have happened to them tonight. But, that happens. They had a long trip. It's a Tuesday night, maybe so.
Harold Jackson and Joe Costello meet on about the 30-yard line, and Jackson gives Costello the high five, and nice to see.
Well, Casty, the season, again, I say an all-state candidate. I believe he should be up for all-state honors at the linebacker position. Just cannot say enough about him. And again, if it's hard to believe, but you get to see him again.
Well, that's it from here at the Silver Bowl. We'll finish up as they walk off the field. What more can you say? 35-0, Big Red did everything right offensively and defensively tonight and bring home another Eastern Conference championship. Yep.